This is a video I've been meaning to do for a while. I get lots of messages from you guys wondering, what do you think of the open trailer versus the enclosed? You guys know that all I've ever ran was an enclosed trailer until this year. And whenever I first got in this open trailer, I didn't like it. So I forced myself to keep with it, keep using it, to figure out what was it that I didn't like. What it really came down to is that I didn't like change. I didn't want to have to learn to use something else. I was comfortable in that enclosed trailer, but I wanted to force myself to try this. There's so many guys out there that's what they've used. They've always used these open trailers. They brag about them, they love them. So I had to force myself to keep trying this. You know, whenever it's come right down to it, I've ended up really liking the open trailer. Actually liking it more than the enclosed trailer, especially with heat. It gets so hot in that enclosed trailer, where with this open trailer, it gives your equipment time to breathe, especially driving down the road, all the wind blowing by it. So everything cools off more than you have in an enclosed trailer. Now, by no means am I saying that I'll never have an enclosed trailer again. You know, there are pros and cons to both. One of the things that I have always enjoyed with my enclosed trailer is the protection that you have. You know, the whole out of sight, out of mind. They can't see your equipment, so people aren't thinking as much about stealing something if they can't see it. A lot of times at the end of the day, I wouldn't actually unhook the trailer. I would leave it hooked up to the truck, just back the trailer up against the house, and that way the next morning I'm ready to just hop in the truck and go. With this open trailer, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So every day I back it into the shop. My shop isn't big enough for the truck and trailer to fit, so I have to unhook the trailer, leave the trailer closed up in the shop overnight. Next morning I have to hook up to it again. So there is that extra step with the open trailer that I didn't have with the enclosed trailer. Really what it comes down to is you have to find what suits you the best, what works the best for you in your situation, in your town. You know, guys that are in the cities, they may have to use smaller trailers because of parking. They may not be able to use something this big. That's another thing I do like about this trailer, is it much bigger than my little enclosed trailer. This is like a 16-foot trailer. The enclosed is a 12-foot trailer. Now, I wouldn't mind trying a bigger enclosed trailer to have that extra room inside. Maybe that would make me like it better, that I have more space. Right now, once I pack all this equipment in there, in that enclosed trailer, it's really tight in there. You can't walk around. In this trailer, you can still walk around in the trailer whenever all the mowers are in there. So like I said, pros and cons to both. Really, it just comes down to finding what works best for you. So I know you guys have seen this trailer all set up with equipment defender racks. Now I have all green touch on here. The problem with the equipment defender on these racks were they stuck out so far from the trailer that I was over the legal limit to be on the road. With the green touch racks, they actually have adjustments on theirs so that you can adjust how far out or in that these racks are. It's minute little adjustments, but those adjustments were enough that I was able to suck this in close enough to the trailer that I'm just at the legal limit. One of the things I did switch up whenever I went to this setup was the 2620 edger that I had. It is a curved shaft edger. That curve of the shaft actually curves in towards the trailer if you have it set up like this. So it would not allow you to mount it onto the racks. That went for green touch or the equipment defender. It didn't matter. You couldn't do it. So what I've done is I also had this PAS 280. I went ahead and bought the edger attachment for that so that I have the straight shaft edger. Solved all the problems. So the next thing on the rack is the ECHO 2620 string trimmer. I've had this thing going on 2 years now. It has been running great, still running great. This thing has a lot of power, but it's still lightweight. It's well balanced, so it fits nicely in your hands. It's easy to carry, and especially for long periods of time. I am still running, you know, Edge It Pros on these. I probably don't need them anymore to edge. I've actually taught myself enough, but I'm comfortable with them. I like it on there, so I go ahead and just leave it. Next on the rack is the Milwaukee string trimmer. I actually just carry this as like a quick little thing to grab. If I see something I missed, I can grab this and go. One problem with this is I don't like leaving the batteries on it, because the batteries are so expensive that anybody can walk by and just slide one off and just walk away with that battery. So that would be the only downside to having this out here like this, is not having a battery on it. So when I do need to use it, I got to get in the truck, grab a battery, put it on there, grab this off. So to be honest, it doesn't get used much, but it actually has a lot of power. I've been really surprised. I use it around my own house quite a bit because it's so lightweight. It's just easy to grab. So definitely nothing wrong with it. I think it's a great homeowner thing. For the pro, I don't think it's something you would really want to use every single day. And at the bottom is the old trusty Shindawa T235. I've had that since the business started. That was my very first weed eater. So I just kind of keep it on the rack just for more or less nostalgia. It never gets used. I think I've taken it off that rack maybe like twice this year, and that is it. But I will say this, it still starts every single time. So the next thing on the trailer is this trimmer string. So the next thing on the trailer is the string trimmer. It's the trimmer string rack. Yeah, can't be a string trimmer rack. That would be this, right? So the string trimmer string rack, yeah. That thing's on here. So on the top of this thing, I know it looks all corroded and nasty, but that is not Green Touch's fault. That's not an issue with this unit. I had the chainsaw attachment on this. It hangs about right here, and it was leaking oil all over the top of this. So that's why it looks the way it looks. The next thing on the trailer, we've got two of the 2.5 gallon racks are here. These are lockable. I kind of like it because the way I did it, the lock is kind of hidden back here in the back, so it's kind of out of sight again. So I kind of like that it's kind of out of the way where people don't actually see it. I did do a water cooler rack on the water cooler. I'm not really using this to drink anything out of. Using it to like wash my face off, wash hands, just carry about 5 gallons of water with me. So on the trailer, I've gone back to back with the two mowers, the 36 in the front, the 52 in the back of the trailer. The reason I did that is I do use this 52 more than the 36, so if I'm gonna pull one out, I'm gonna be pulling this one out more. I did go with the fast straps in the floor. Love those things. Those things are awesome, just so quick. Just hook it around your wheel, cinch it down, you're good. The mowers don't even move. Occasionally, if it gets real bumpy or hilly, you know, the front will sway a little bit, but you know, they're not gonna fall, they're not gonna move to the back of the gate or anything like that. So again, on this trailer, you can see how much extra space I have. There's plenty of room to walk on either side of the mowers. So that's another thing I like about this trailer, is I can actually get around and be able to walk around the mowers and get around in the trailer. I did do the blower rack to the front on the inside. I do like this because of the way it mounts. You can still get underneath, so I'm able to stick some trash cans or some limbs or something like that underneath that front basket and still have the blower rack. I can't put the blower rack on the outside because even with the Green Touch, same thing as the Equipment Defender, they just stuck out too far and it put me over the legal limit. So having it in here, it is kind of double secure because I can close the gate on the trailer and have it secure, and then I can actually lock the bar on the rack, and that secures the blower also. I do have the hose straight up in the air, so if it does rain, a lot of times I'll just reach over and I just pull that out and I drop it down. That way it's not just sitting there catching water while it's raining. And if it does start raining, a lot of times I'm just pretty much on my way home. So the way I mounted this is typically it just has a mount down here at the bottom, and you're supposed to bolt it down into like your top rail of your trailer. Well, since I can't do that on here, I just drilled 2 holes through the side of it and just bolted it to that one beam going straight up on the trailer. It really secures it on here. It's not going to go anywhere. So it's a great little thing. You can kind of manipulate the way they have it set up to mount so that it'll work on other things. So there you go, guys. That is the open trailer setup for 2018. This is what I've been running since the beginning of the season. It's what I'm going to continue to run this season. My plan is to go all the way through the season with this trailer. I'm not going to go back to that enclosed. I have not got rid of it. I am going to keep it. I do want it around. I do like having that enclosed trailer. There's always that chance I may run that trailer some, or if I grow big enough and I have a second truck, that may be the trailer that the second truck starts out using. So if you guys have any questions or comments about the trailer, anything that you saw that you think that I might need to change or something that I could try, please put it in the comment section. I'm always up for new ideas, other things to try, other ways to do anything. I'm always open for that. You know, I'm always learning. Always learning. I want to keep learning. So if I'm doing something that you think I could do easier another way, make sure you put that in the comments. I definitely want to hear it. On these Green Touch racks, I do have a discount code that gets you 11% off your entire order. It is Fall River 11. If you use that, you get 11% off your order if you're ordering from Green Touch. I will put a link in the description over to their website, so if you do want to check out their racks, make sure you go to their website, check them out there, and you can use that discount code. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to the channel, and then if you don't want to miss any of the videos that I put up, make sure you hit that bell, the notifications. That way, YouTube will notify you anytime I put up a video. Right now, without the bell, sometimes you get notified, sometimes you don't.